I've not used this tarot deck in a while, so I'm kind of getting used to it, but okay, kind of crazy for your first card to come out that fast, and also because I follow you on social media, so I kind of see what's going on. But for your current energy, you have the Four of Wands, which is interesting because it looks like, oh wow, okay, so it looks like you have the Four of Wands for your current energy, and for your challenge you have the Ten of Pentacles. So for your current energy, you're very focused on union. I see the Four of Wands one of two ways. Sometimes I see it as moving into a new place. Like fours always signify stability, and you can see this little scene here is like we have our new home set up and we're celebrating. So I see it that way, and I also see it as just a stable connection. So this is where your focus is, which is interesting because it almost seems like, just from the small information that I've gotten from you, I would assume would be that this would be actually you having a very and the only part that contradicts what I've seen is the unhappiness, which is so interesting because from your current energy, it looks like you are actually feeling very stable and liking it, and things are going well. And the challenge, though, is the Ten of Pentacles. And so with the challenge being the Ten of Pentacles, it's almost like saying that there's this fulfillment that's still not achieved yet. Yeah, and then at the bottom of the deck, there's the Five of Wands. So there is still some sort of conflict within this challenge. I live by a train. What's in her subconscious energy? The Lovers in reverse. And the Page of Cups in reverse. Okay. So I love tarot, and I honestly haven't been doing tarot very much, and this already makes me love tarot. So in your subconscious energy, you have disconnect. There's a disconnect of a relationship. And at the bottom of the deck was the Page of Cups in reverse, which the Page of Cups in reverse can be either you're waiting for some sort of an apology, or the apology that you were given was very flaky. It wasn't good enough. It wasn't like emotionally settling. What's in the past? Oh my gosh, I just got this overwhelming smell of this like memory that I had living in Minneapolis, and it's like bringing back a whole like 10 years ago a memory. Crazy. Okay, what is in Anna's past energy? Ooh, my gosh, crazy, 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 but I'm gonna stick with the two that flipped up because I can tell they fit. So in the past there was Two of Wands. You have the Two of Wands and the Eight of Cups. And so this is you really kind of staking out, kind of looking at the plan that you have ahead of you. And actually I see it one of two ways, because the Eight of Cups talks about walking away from something. emotionally unfulfilling. But the way that these cards are, like the way that I placed them, I see somebody walking away, but somebody, like, there's this person who's walking away and they're feeling emotionally unfulfilled and sad. And then there's this person who is like, what about these plans that we had? Because there's the Two of Wands is this person has their plan kind of in hand here, and they have the incentive to go forward. So to me, this looks like there's one person walking away and there's one person kind of standing here like, what about these plans? So that's what we have for the past energy. What is the crowning energy of this reading? The Wheel of Fortune and the Death in Reverse. I can't. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Death in Reverse. The Wheel of Fortune is, well, you have 3 major arcana cards here so far. They're big events that are impacting your life and your total trajectory of your life. They're crazy. So right now you have the energy that's kind of crowning all of this, is a completion of a cycle. And with that, you also have a lot of good karma that's coming in for you. And so I think that you're receiving good karma, but with the Death card in reverse, it's almost a resistance to it. And there's a resistance to not end a cycle. So it's still coming up. It's still, you're having a hard time letting go of it. But there's something that's like within this that's bringing this like good karma to you. Like it's coming to you right now. And maybe it looks like almost there's this good karma, but you're not seeing it. You're not feeling it. There's still a period of you feeling really sad or not being able to let go about something. And in the future, you have the 5 of Pentacles, exactly, and the 10 of Cups, literally exactly what I was saying. So in the near future, you have this period of feeling left out in the cold, like, what about me? But then there's also this feeling of the 10 of Cups, which is literally the happiest card you can get. And it's like fulfillment and total happiness. Like in a deck of cards, you have 1 through 10, and 10 is the best. It's the most. And so the 10 of cups are emotional. So it's you feeling extremely emotionally happy and content. But along with that, there's also this aspect of you feeling left out in the cold. It can also, there also may be a financial aspect here too, because this can talk about a loss of money or a decrease of money. Okay, so let's see what the advice is for Anna. Crazy. Okay. Oof. Okay, so there's, first off the bat, my first initial instinct is that these 2 cards mean one thing to me. So you have the Tower in reverse and you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So I think that this is saying that your advice is, or not your advice, I think what you're wanting to do right now is you want clarity. If it's not you, it's somebody outside of you. And whatever it is, it's a confusing situation, but this is saying that there's, in order to avoid a very challenging moment. So the Tower card is normally like a very feared card in tarot. It's basically everything you've built crumbling down. And in reverse, there's this resistance to this change that's inevitably happening. And so I think that with this coming up in your advice, it's saying, I think for now, clarity is really not what it is to look for. Maybe this change is inevitable. Yeah, I think that there's a dissatisfaction of, oh my gosh. Okay, so there's a dissatisfaction for sure with this position for you, but there's also this inspiration of new creative projects and the beginning of things that you're passionate about. And with that, there's this waiting period, and I mean, I could literally keep going. There's a whole like story, but it makes sense because it's like there's this dissatisfaction from you, and then it's like after this, it's like all of a sudden, even with this work that is being put in, it's slow, but it's balanced, helping you relieve this burden. Wow. Nonsense. I mean, it's just crazy. I don't mean your story, I mean just like tarot in general. So anyways, so we have this for your advice. Let's see the incoming energies that are coming in to help your greater good. Whoa. Okay, so the incoming energies to me look like a very defensive, this could be lashing out, it could be a hard time letting go of negative, like, for some reason I want to say reactive, or I should just say reacting rather than responding. Like, it almost looks like that. And so this could be saying that there is this temptation or this energy that's coming in, and maybe it's, and honestly, I just went through a very difficult breakup, and I had this exact same energy come in, and it revolved around this needing clarity. But it's like this energy almost comes in to help you, like, and with the devil in reverse, it's almost like this energy comes in to help, you find your own type of inner power. I mean, that's where I would say the story would be going, or that would be my guess, like my initial guess when I saw this, but we'll see. Okay, so what are Anna's hopes? And what are her fears? Okay, so your hopes are that you want a balanced situation. Whatever it is that you're sticking with, it's like you want it to be manageable. And then your fears, you have the 8 of Swords in reverse and the 9 of Cups in reverse. So I think that there's a fear of you being unable to move past, or kind of being bound down by whatever this is, and you really not being satisfied with that, like you just being completely not good with that at all. Interesting. So these energies resolve in, you have the 8 of Pentacles and you have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords to me is a very clear, honest, oh, you know what? I forgot to say the signs for you. I'll say them in a minute. A very clear, honest, loving, but still very certain energy, where you are, oh, sorry, I thought I heard somebody outside. The Queen of Swords energy is, it's like a very stable, grounded, honest, to the point. But then when you have the 8 of Pentacles, it's like you're working very hard. This is you really like the daily grind. You're really working towards something. I do want to just clarify a few of them, just to like really okay. So you have the Death card here clarifying this outcome, which is just saying that there's this ending here. And keep in mind that these energies are flowing. Like, you have a complete say in your free will. But the outcome of how these energies are resolving is that you are becoming this very clear-cut person. Yeah, and it's you kind of almost going more within and lighting your own path. And you're doing that through, it almost feels like a kind of repetitive, a lot of people describe the 8 of Pentacles to them as being like in a like factory where you're like mass producing like one product only. And so it feels like you're doing the same thing over and over again, but you're getting things done. And I do think that this is kind of a self path here. If not, there could be one other mentor for you, and that would be a Virgo. That's kind of just leading you through things. But I do think that, and this is an air sign, so a Gemini, Libra, or Sagittarius. or not Sagittarius, Aquarius, sorry. I'm just thinking because then I feel like you have the Death card here, which is kind of just like with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like your whole soul is like screaming at you. Like this is like a new beginning. But look at, there's heartbreak. You have so much like, it feels like way too familiar to me. And look at this Ace of Swords fell right here again. Yep. The Five of Pentacles in reverse, which you have here, and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And so it's like you're feeling, and this is where this planning comes in. This lack of planning. What is this Queen of Swords? The Five of Swords. Yeah, this, I don't know you personally, but to me this would seem like this is giving you almost kind of like an edge, like where it's like you're kind of going into your shell and becoming like this Queen of Swords character through a conflict that's happening. Because even with your incoming energy where there's this conflict, it's like when you say, or when I'm saying, like, what is the universe giving? What's the incoming energy to help support her? And the incoming energy to support you is a very, like, almost like aggressive behavior. Or like, yeah, I don't know. It just feels like that it's happening for a reason. Maybe this is to learn how to communicate. Swords are usually communication or talking. And so with the Queen of Swords, and then you have the Five of Swords here, which is it could be a conflict. It's almost kind of like, and then the Hermit, which is you kind of really going within, starting on this journey alone. It's almost like there's this edge that's being built into you. I don't know why, but it seems like it's new. It's something that's coming from this. So let's get you a Goddess card to see. What is the advice for Anna? I hope I'm saying your name right. I hope it's not Anna. Okay, so you have Artemis, the Guardian. You and your loved ones are safe and spiritually protected. Various meanings of this card can be the angels are watching over you and your family. Your future is safe and secure. All your needs are being met and always will be, and the worst is now behind you. I love it. It just fits so good. It's like there's this, especially the Wheel of Fortune, kind of as your overall energy, where it's closing out, and it's like the worst is behind you. And it makes sense with these fives, all of these fives, which are in the middle of 10, and there's a whole bunch of conflict that leads up to the 5, and the climax being the 5. And then from there, it's calming down, it's smooth sailing, it's wrinkling out ironing out all of the wrinkles. So, anyways, this was a good reading. Thank you so much for letting me do a reading for you, and I hope you are well.